What's up, everyone? I'm Garrett, the Director of Grow Students, and I'm here to give you a look at what we're going to be looking at for the discipleship activities and events for Volume 8 of Grow Students. I'm super excited about them. I think you're going to love it. Here's the thing. We think that teenagers need to have, in the fall, an opportunity to spend time with each other. That is the spiritual habit that we want to look at all throughout the fall. So our discipleship and events really help us do that at the beginning of every school year. That is the time where we know teenagers are building new friendships, are starting a new school year with their small groups. And so we want to create space in the midst of all the transition that they're going through from summer into the fall to build those relationships with each other. And that is why we are doing all of our discipleship and events that help give them opportunities to connect and get connected with each other so they can grow in the spiritual habit of connecting with others. And so I want to talk a little bit about those because I think they're going to be a lot of fun. The first thing that I want to talk about is our discipleship activity for the fall, which are small group party kits. And small group party kits are awesome. We've done them before, but we've really revamped them, leveled them up in a huge way to have a lot of fun. Because here's what we know, is that the small group party kits help small group leaders easily create a fun and welcoming environment for their teenagers. Whether they've been in their small group for a long time or they have new ones in there, these are a great way to make those connections. And they're super easy for small group leaders to put on because hopefully you as a youth pastor or youth director can really help them take care of that and give them everything that they need to have a chance to spend some real quality time together. So we have all sorts of ideas for how a small group party kit could work and how they could work for you to throw them. So we came up with a bunch of different types of party kits. You could do a movie night or a slime party with a full-on like edible slime recipe that we found, or a camp-in party where you're like camping inside, or a water games party if it's like you're doing it early enough in the fall where it's still hot outside. There's Lego parties, or like my favorite that we came up with was the Will It cookie party. That feels really fun. I want to do that one. I can't wait. There's a bunch more, but those are just a few of the ones I wanted to highlight there. They're going to be so much fun. If you want your teenagers to grow spiritually, you need to have like healthy communities and godly relationships with others. And so interacting with people in fun ways helps kind of break some of that ice so that, they know each other well enough so that in their small group, they can actually talk about things that are important and consequential in their lives and they can grow. And so these small group party kits like serve as a wonderful way to help foster those connections and deepen their friendships so that they can talk about spiritual things as they can continue to grow together. So one thing that we've noticed with small group party kits is that there are some things that can help them really be successful. And so we have a couple tips for you to try to do that to make your small groups have so much fun while you're doing them. The first one is make them repeatable, optional, and easily accessible. Instead of making them mandatory on a specific night where everyone's having a party, make them like an option that a small group leader could do. I think that could give the small group leader like some buy-in. They get to actually do it. They get to choose the ones that they want to do, and they get to figure out when it works best for their group. So in order to do that, you need to make them available as an option for small group leaders for the whole fall. So they can do them around the schedule that's going to work best for them. And you could also invite your volunteers to do multiple kits throughout the fall. Give them lots of options to do it. They could do the Will It Cookie party one week, or they could do the camp-in party in a couple of weeks. Just the more fun, the more connections they make, the more willing they are to talk about important things when those things come up. So that's number one. The second is get all the stuff and keep them stocked. These kits should be ready to go. Your leaders shouldn't have to do anything with them. All they have to do is to check them out. So depending on the themes you choose, you might have kits that contain supplies that can be returned, but some of these supplies might get used. And so you want to make sure you replace all that stuff. Keep them refreshed, keep them restocked so that people can use them instantly when they run out. The next thing is customize them. You really know your group the best out of everyone. So we've designed 10 themed party kits for you, but you can customize these resources and make them your own. Depending on your context, you could create a specific kit for each small group leader, or if you have like a fun, like used car dealership thing, you could do a whole used car dealership small group party kit. That's a bad idea, but you get the idea. You just like customize them, have fun with them. You're smart. You understand your group. take the ones that we made, expand them, contract them, make them really work for you, but make your group, customize them, have a lot of fun with them. The next is check in on your volunteers. They have a giant job that they're going to be doing. I mean, you and I have all planned parties. Those things don't get easy, go along easy. So make sure you check in with your volunteers. And after they've used their party kits, ask them for stories, because I'm sure they're going to have good ones. Celebrate with them the things that were fun, talk about the things that didn't go so well. So you can also tweak those party kits and use them again the following year if you wanted. So check in on your volunteers. They're doing a lot of work. Even though you created the things, make sure you're checking in on them. The next thing is communicate with families. This is going to be different than what small groups typically look like. So make sure your small group leaders, share with their parents and caregivers all the logistics and rationale of why you have small group parties with their kids, and make sure they know everything leading up into it. And that is the fall discipleship activities, small group party kits. I think you're really going to like it. Just like the small group party kits are there to help teenagers connect with each other and grow in that spiritual habit, our fall event is all about that as well. That is why every fall we do an all-nighter. And this year, our all-nighter event is called Level Up. And here's the deal. I know some people are super pro all-nighters. Some are like, can I never do an all-nighter ever again? No matter where you are on that spectrum, this event is totally flexible. It can work with you however you want to do your all-nighter or late-nighter, or however it is that you want to do it. Level Up, teenagers get to have this chance to play new video games. They can jump into life-size versions of some classics that we came up with, and they can compete for prizes. But we also have written an entire message about how teenagers can level up their faith by following Jesus. And so this event is really designed to help build relationships, have your students invite friends, and hopefully just make a ton of memories, because this is going to be a ton of fun. So Level Up is all about creating teams to compete throughout the night so they can get points and they can win prizes, because that's what this is for. So you win some prizes. And so we have a bunch of activities on ways that they can win some prizes, but I just wanted to highlight a couple of them that I think are the most fun in this. The first one is to create video game rooms that are themed up, where teenagers can challenge other teams to compete at video games so that they can win more points. So we created and suggested 10 different rooms with video games for them to do their challenges all throughout the night. We have a racing room called Need for Speed, or a sports theme room called Go Sports, or a throwback room where they can play video game classics, that kind of stuff. And then they just challenge each other, and then they win points doing it. In addition, we created an entire tournament with re-envisioned mini games from one of my favorite party games called Mario Party, and it's so much fun. It's a real life tournament. I think your teenagers and students are going to love it. It's going to be so great. So while this series is all about making friends and making memories, we also wanted to give them an opportunity to hear about who Jesus is. So we've also included a teaching from Luke 5:11, which is all about what it looks like to follow Jesus. All right, so just like our small group party kits, we've seen some things that really work inside of an all-nighter or a late-nighter that really help keep the thing super fun. Now, for this one in particular, I want to just highlight a couple. For something like this that is competition-based, we really think it's important to keep up your leaderboard. So make sure that you're highlighting that all throughout the night, constantly showing who's at the top, just like when you're playing a video game. The leaderboard can change. And so if you keep it super, super competitive, we think it could be a lot of fun. But also make sure that the point scoring, isn't just going for people that are doing super well. You can come up with all sorts of crazy ways to award points and keep that leaderboard moving up and down based on all throughout the night to keep it super fun and engaging. In addition, since this is all about video games, the AV logistics for this are going to be more intense than maybe some other events that you run. So think about all of those ahead of time. So you might want to look into local companies that you could rent some AV equipment. You might want to talk to families in your church about borrowing televisions or video game consoles or whatever it is that you need. You're going to need to plan a lot of that ahead of time. Talk to your church community, figure out what it's going to look like, and then give yourself plenty of time to set it up so you can make sure that all of that stuff goes off seamlessly throughout the night. The next thing is to make sure you theme up the food. There's all sorts of ways you can make the food fun. You can make Fortnite Rice Krispie treats, med kits, or like Super Mario Kart mushroom cupcakes, whatever it is. Make it fun. It should be a lot of fun. You could also invite your teenagers to wear costumes and of their favorite like video game characters, and then give them points for that. Or you could ask your volunteers to dress up like villains and have them try to thwart different activities throughout the night, and then give more points for people that thwarted the villains or whatever. So that could be that's something that we think could really level it up. And then the other thing that we think that could make this super successful is that you theme up every video game room in there. So like you could, if you have a Pop-A-Shot, you could put it in the sports game room, or if you, in the battle room, you could put a bunch of Pokemon stuffies, whatever it is. Like just level up each room to make them each a fun place, not just to like play the video games, but also hang out. So, you can put black lights in all of them because, why not? Black lights are fun. So those are our discipleship and events for the fall of Grow Students Volume 8. Small group party kits and level up the all-nighter. It's going to be so fun. Here's the deal. Youth Ministry friends, I'm so amped to see how you take these experiences and customize them. Make them your own. Because here's the truth. Y'all are the smartest people, most innovative people that I know. You're going to take these ideas, which we think are great, and you're going to make them more incredible. I cannot wait to hear how you all use the small group party kits and the level up all-nighter to help teenagers connect with their friends and connect and go deeper in their faith. So that's it. Grow Students, Volume 8, Discipleship and Events.